Hello everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of Prismata. Let's jump in the queue and go watch... Gosh, 4 games live, look at that. Ooh, 307 versus Coffee, yay. There's a game. They're well into it here. Turn 12, each have about 100 attack. Although it only says 3 here. Was there a polywall or something? Where did it all go? Ah, Oride cores. And some of it was just on the way in, I see. So we're really exploiting this stuff. I guess that's... Well, I was going to say, I guess that's why 307th doesn't have any nervy fields. He is exploiting... He saw the potential for exploit. But actually, it looks like he bought a bunch of them anyways, and... I don't know. I don't know what happened to them earlier. Did they get exploited or not? I'm glad to see the transition to botches. Because we're now finally at a point where we kind of have to do enough damage that we can't exploit with Oride cores. 9, 11, 14 permanent damage. Ah, I see. It looks at first like Coffee is doing great because his damage is 13, opponent's damage is 13, but he's adding an Asteri still. However, 307th is up on drones, has a ton of soak lying around, and can probably continue adding damage for longer than Coffee. It looks like Coffee has soak, but actually this is like, if you lose this, you're losing your cauterizers, right? And so I would not be at all surprised to see a Windsor get clicked here, because it turns off cauterizers. Yeah, I think we should click Windsor this turn. It only turns off one cauterizer, but that's still good. Oh no, it turns off both. I miscounted the subtraction here. I think. I mean, clearly it does turn off both. I'm just not sure if what I did wrong was subtract or whether it was something else. And here come all these infusions for the next Windsor click. That's nice. I wonder though, shouldn't you get a cauterizer instead of one of these botches or something? Oh wow! Asteri! Okay, I take back everything I said. Wait, where's all our blue going? 2 grids. Ah, pixies. Okay. Yeah. I think I like 307's position here a lot. His defense grid is also lasting longer. Yeah, Coffee is just desperate to get the kill right away. You can tell, like... I don't know, if these... Wouldn't one of these botches be better as like some engineers to turn the cots back on? Maybe not, you can't get enough engies for that. Wow, 4 conduits, I just noticed. This is a lot of tech. And obviously you have a lot of drones, but... Oh my god. Are we really going to get an Asteri into a Windsor turn? That's pretty amazing. It looks like we're not quite able to squeeze it out, but the fact that we were close is pretty telling, I feel like. And remember, opponent's -4 attack, so this is defended. I assume you keep the Engies instead of the cauterizer as Coffee A here. Q will do it wrong, but he should go back and fix it. Oh, did we... Ah, we exploited, so we had to keep 4 health alive, and it couldn't all be Engies. Very nice. Maybe I'm over... What's the word I'm thinking of? Maybe I'm overreaching here, but I feel like Coiffier is close to resigning. It's just like I don't see what he has as an advantage. Alright, we have X-Yatsuba here. 60 seconds, base plus, good lord, 11. Okay. Do I have any good 11 emotes? I don't have any. I don't know what my good meta emotes are to say the opposite of I love base plus 11. Okay. Most prominent features to me are a lot of soak in every color. Well, okay, in blue plus every color. I don't see any compelling reason to get a centrifuge. But yeah, blue just unlocks a ton of soak. I don't... Do you get a Flame Animus? I feel like you want more drones than that just because there's so much soak. But maybe using it to get out an early Smorkus is still good enough. And that, in fact, gives you a Mega Drone after like 2 Flame Animuses into 1 Smorkus. So that's kind of interesting. But is that going to be like not enough drones? There's a lot of soak. But I feel like you can get enough stuff for like 2 Flame Animuses, and then while that's happening, you can drone a bit, right? Like we D4 into D4. D4D, is that legal? I think so. Yeah, I think, like, without Smorkus, I would very certainly not cut here. With Smorkus, it's a tougher choice. I think I'm gonna get the second drone. There's just so much stuff here slowing down the game. I also wonder if you can afford, like, it would be really great if you could Mega Drone into a Doomed Wall instead of just like Mega Droning when you get your first 4 attack. You might be able to actually deny 4 absorb instead of just 2. If they have like a dying Doomed Wall and they're absorbing on a wall and they have like 6 absorb, you can deny 4 of it. But it's sort of hard to arrange that, right? Opponent has to be foolish enough to get a Doomed Wall, which I don't think you should, with Mega Drone still looming. Likewise, I should of course be careful not to present my opponent with a juicy Mega Drone. I could get a second Forge here, but that doesn't seem called for. I'll just get a Flame Animus and a second Forge next turn or something? Yeah, that seems okay. Take 1 damage. I don't know exactly what I'll use the second forge for right away, but I think it's pretty clear that I want one. Like, I imagine I'll, like, buy a synth with it or something, and then later have more drones so I can use it on bombarders. Yeah. It's nice that I can fit in a second drone here. So what's opponent doing next turn? I mean, if you really wanted to, you could get up to 4 attack, which would be a bit awkward for me. Right, you could build, like, Rhino Splitter. I don't know. Doesn't seem very great. Actually, what are you doing with 2 blue right away? This is way too much tech to spend all at once, unless you're getting a Bombarder. Kinda seems like you might be. Bombarder gets you up to 5 attack. So I want 2 walls against that, which this sort of handles just fine. Yeah. Okay. Maybe wall... Maybe if instead of this forge I get a conduit? Then I can wall force field and I'm not committed to having 2 blue yet. Wall force field Tarsier or something? And another tech, like another forge or whatever. Yeah, let's try that. There's the Bombarder. Which, like, they might as well swing with next turn. So I'm kind of looking at, like, Smorkus and a bunch of Engies next turn. Well, wouldn't it be nice if I could get a Shredder? No, that gives them a better chance to Mega Drone me. Actually, maybe this should be a Doomed Wall? No, it doesn't work well. Well, no, they would just get too good a Mega Drone sometime relatively soon if this were a Doomed Wall. Okay, let's go with this. Now they're in a position to Mega Drone while holding Bombarder, which seems kind of okay for them, but not necessarily great. That's pushing a lot harder. How are we on drones, by the way? 14 to 16. This is their 4 attack, and they hold a Bombarder, is kind of the threat they might make, but they don't have enough NGs. I get so in the habit of, like, not gendering my opponents that even when I know their gender, I don't typically use it. So now, I do, in fact, threaten an okay Mega Drone. Which kind of means opponent needs to click the Bombarder. Or actually, if you attack for... No, there's no amount you can attack for that makes me lose 2 NGs. I could always lose Force Field instead. Smorkas is a little bad because clicking it doesn't do anything when I'm buying Mega Drone. But it means I'll have a red sync for later, perhaps. I'm sort of happy to attack for 4 into this. It's just not a good Mega Drone. I just won't click the Smorkas. I'll buy 2 Tarsiers and like a wall or something. And if you give me this, I'll take the Mega Drone, I'm pretty sure. Because this is denying... Well... That's kind of funny. It's denying 2 Absorb, not 3, because this is still an exploit, just as it was when they held the splitter. Although, that involves clicking the Smorkas to get to 5. I guess I'm reasonably happy to do that. But I won't do it to deny 1 Absorb. And it's not that hard to throw in 2 Tarsiers here, I'm pretty sure. Since I'm like guaranteed a good Mega Drone next turn anyway. Yeah, I think this is the thing that gives me a more difficult choice. Like here, this Smorkas click kills a wall. I think I have to take it. Or it deals 3 damage instead of 1. I think I have to do it. And opponent is still in a position to get a good Mega Drone, so I choose not to allow that. And I'm still in a position to take one myself soonish. As long as I maintain enough engineers, which this accomplishes. And I really like drones, so I don't agree with you. I don't have enough attackers, but I kind of don't think this set is about building attackers. Obviously you have to do it eventually, but... I don't know, maybe I'm maneuvering too much around Mega Drone and I should just be buying good stuff. But I feel like I have as much permanent attack as my opponent. I'm up on drones while he's up on bombarders, and this is the kind of set where, like, tempo isn't that important because there's so much soak. I'd rather have the long-term value, I think. I don't know, bombarders are good value too, but it just doesn't feel like I'm under that much pressure to not drone. Drones are fine at this stage. Drones are in some ways mega fine. Huh? Did we lose him, by the way? If someone's like AFK at the beginning of the game, you can easily like just pass a turn to bring things back to where it would have been if they'd been around. But after that, it gets a bit tougher. I don't know. Maybe this is enough pressure that I'm a little bit worried. Bombarders are pretty serious. What? Oh, right, I'm only attacking 6, not 7. This is highly scary and not at all nice. I think a Rhino Gambit's okay. I just I'm never gonna be able to get the good stuff now. God. I just don't have enough attackers. This stinks. I need more tech, not more NGs. Yeah, suddenly things don't look so good for me, do they? I'm gonna try to get out a Tarsier here. I clearly don't have enough attack, and if I just start spamming NGs, I'm never gonna win. So I kind of have to assume that my opponent's Bombarder's pressure will be let up a bit, but it's not. Hey, look at this exploit though, huh? That's how you win the game. I mean, this defends, but it's clearly losing. Yeah. Opponent doesn't even have to think about turns anymore. There's just nothing to do. The Bombarders provide all the defense you're ever gonna need. Okay, fine. I quit. Well, so here's the thing. I talked about how this is not a set about tempo, because there's all this soak. But I couldn't actually get any of it because Bombarders just provide this ridiculous amount of tempo. Right? And I waited around too long trying to get a good Megadrone. I don't know. I mean, so I could have done, an obvious choice would be on turn 1, DB. Turn 2, I'm sorry, DB. It would get me to a game more like what my opponent was playing, I feel like. But I didn't really see that as being good. That's why I didn't aim for it. Obviously, I saw I could aim for it. Just I don't know, underestimate Bombarders again, maybe? Overestimate Megadrone? It just seems like a set where Megadrone should be so good. Doomed Wall. A ton of soak. You want drones? I don't know. But yeah, I mean, Bombarder just lets you do so much. Having the defensive tempo to lean back on is just devastating. Right, I mean, we can look at the analysis and see, what if I didn't resign, but it's pretty grim, right? This number says 18. What are you supposed to do about that? Opponent's attacking for more, than I have drones harvesting. You clearly can't fend off one attack with $1 in general. And some of it's temporary attack with Bombarders, and he's not cashing all of it in. So he's actually attacking for 14 every turn. But he's generating for free, you might call it 7 absorb, is what the Bombarder train is giving him. 4 soak he doesn't need anymore, and 3 actual absorb is kind of like 7 soak. And so he can just use that to build rhinos, or more Tarsiers, yeah. So I don't really understand why the second forge so soon was good. I guess it's just because like it gets you a bombarder, and those are good. And this is clearly a set where bombarders should be great. I guess I just don't yet understand how big an economy to aim for with bombarders. The first one is just so overwhelming. It really puts a ton of pressure on your opponent and takes a bunch of pressure off of you. And it stops them from getting their own bombarders, although I thought I shouldn't get any, so I was... I don't know. Yeah, wow, bombarders, huh? Okay, well, that's all for this episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.